I want to share a story with you guys. I think that it might encourage your heart. I'm getting ready to go on a retreat. I'm going to be teaching a few messages over the weekend, and I'm going to be sharing with the group about a story that's found in the Gospels about a woman who came with an alabaster jar. And it says it had very expensive perfume in it. And basically, if a woman carried this, it was more or less like a dowry, and it would be something that would provide for her future. And what she did was break that jar in pouring it out on Jesus. She gave her all to Jesus, not looking to her future of who would provide for her, how she would be provided for, but she was just wanting to give Jesus her all and surrendering everything. And so trusting that Jesus was going to provide for her future. And so I am sharing with these ladies how the Lord is going to provide for us. And so I just wanted to share, if you're questioning whether the Lord is involved in the details of your life, if you're questioning whether He hears your prayers, if you're questioning everything and not knowing how anything is going to come together for you, there is another story where the people that are coming up, they are mocking Jesus, and they come up to Peter and say, "Doesn't your master pay taxes?" And Jesus could have whipped out a check if he wanted to at that moment, but he wanted to do something in Peter's life. So he tells Peter, "Go down to the water, grab the first fish that you come to, open its mouth, and there are going to be 2 copper coins in it, one for me and one for you." So Jesus was going to provide for Peter to pay his taxes, and of course that Jesus wouldn't be mocked, pay what was due to Caesar. So in doing this, what I found to be amazing is, what are the chances that Peter would go down and grab a fish, number one? Number two, that the fish would have copper coins in it. It was completely a miracle of God. So in saying all of that, I wanted to show how the Lord provides for us. And so in doing that, I like using visuals in my teachings. So I had ordered some little change purses to remind everyone of those copper coins. And I remembered that my Aunt Marg, who was my grandmother's sister, gave my grandmother this change purse. It would have been before she died, which would have been about, say, 35 years ago. And in this change purse, my aunt had given my grandmother some silver dollars, and I remember that she had given her those. And so I needed, aside from myself, there's going to be 9 other women. I needed 9 coins. So I went in my office drawer where I keep this purse, and I looked in it this morning because I'm leaving tomorrow. And I counted the coins that were in this purse. There's 9 coins in this purse. Now, what I want you to understand is that God began preparing my need for these coins more than, get this, 100 years ago. He was moving pieces in my life over 100 years ago was when my aunt would have began. My aunt was born more than 100 years ago, would have started saving these coins, putting these coins in this purse. I took this purse to Cambodia a few years ago and added a few coins when I used it for another illustration. There were exactly 9, so I get to give 1 to each woman who's coming on this retreat. And God began moving the pieces to meet this just small, minute need in my life. Don't we serve a big God? And I want you to remember that he's going to meet your every need in exactly the same way. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe you have no idea how he's going to do it. God is moving behind the scenes when we can't see it, when we don't understand it, when we don't even know it. So trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he is going to direct your path.